Hello, everybody. Today we have a guest appearance with Roy from San Antonio. He's been playing this very interesting rookie rush build that I think everybody should kind of see in action. Well, get to know a little bit better, since this could be a very prominent deck if piloted right. So let's go over. Roy, tell us a little bit what your deck is about. How did you come to the idea behind it? So let us hear from you.
So basically, it's all about clearing the field, getting it out as quick as possible, and keeping in mind that for most games other than security control, you're gonna only attack 6 times. So as long as you get in those attacks, you're gonna win that game.
Okay.
Whether you're kamikazing it or otherwise, you know. And then the biggest inspiration was the yellow-green rookie rush. I saw how well that played. I love the clearing ability, but I was always a bigger fan of D-Brigade as far as a rush tactic. So just a huge fan of Commandramon. So with that, just always wanted to see if I could get that to work, and it worked pretty well.
Okay. So tell us a little bit on like meta matchups, how you've been doing with it. Everybody wants to kind of know how well this deck can operate under the current meta of Lord Nightmon security control, you know, all the fun yellow rookie rush stuff. So let's hear some of your matchups, and we'll go to the deck list shortly after.
No problem. So first matchup that I had when I did it at tournament was security control, actually. It did pretty well. It was a 2-0. The gentleman happened to brick, so that sort of helped in a way, but at the same time, I noticed that just swarming the field kind of took over security control, so that just helped with that. Second matchup was Lilith Loop, which that was easy enough, considering the fact that Starmons and Spiral Masquerade just lets you keep the field cleared. There was no real way for them to build, so
yeah,
that was easy enough.
Keeping off their ultimates is like the main game plan. As long as you can keep their ultimates off the board, they kind of really can't do much.
Yep. And then also too, I like to keep in mind that most decks keep anywhere between 9 to 10 ultimates. So if you can clear most of those out, at that point they're kind of stuck. After that, ended up losing to a mirror match in a way. It was a 2-1 match up with it was a D-Brigade purple deck, which that was just a good little, that was a fun game. We played it out all the way through, but that ended up taking it in the last game. Then second tournament, first matchup was with
Losing train of thought?
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. First matchup was actually, oh, you know what? It was with a green OTK.
Okay.
That did really well. And it was like a Salamon version of it, so it was a lot more Digisorption and then trying to get into their OTK. But once again, if you keep the field cleared, there was no real way for them to get out there. So just take care of the field with Spiral. It's a clear field. You just hit those 6 attacks, like I said. After that matchup was Lord Nightmon. That one tore me up, I'm not gonna lie. Just the DP reduction with such a low DP deck that's just gonna happen, so it's expected. And that gentleman actually won first place too, so that also didn't hurt me that bad. And then final matchup with that one was a Chaos Gallantmon, which that one also was pretty easy. The deck does really well with a lot of meta decks that require buildup. So with that, it just, if I focus on that buildup and just clearing that field, then it just opens me up really well.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. So, like, do you have a newfound strategy kind of understanding with Lord Nightmon? Because people tend to shy away decks that can't just keep up with it. You know what I mean? Since Lord Nightmon is the deck to beat.
Right. At the moment, my biggest strategy would just be what I didn't do the last time, which was clear out the rookies, because I realized that with the Lord Nightmon deck, the rookies, in my opinion, are a little bit more dangerous because it lets them get into the blockers. Once they get into their one-cost blockers and stuff like that, that's where it starts to get a little bit trickier.
Understandable. So let's go over this beautiful deck list that you have for us. Sorry for the pulsing a bit occasionally. Wolverine seems to be wanting to just come out of the screen, boys and girls. So let's dive into the deck profile.
So eggs, pretty standard. You're gonna run 2 Missimon. Really good card. Gives you 1,000 DP extra whenever you're swinging into something. So if you have the drop Commandramon with 5k, it gives you 6. So that's always good to have. Also run 3 of the Tsumemon. So same idea, just gives you 7k if you have that 5k Commandramon on there. But it also adds up for anything else, like if you have Tankmon or other things like that.
Okay. You could leave them on the board if you feel comfortable enough, so people can see like an end result full list.
Okay. Here we go. After that, running 4 Hagurumon. Pretty standard 2-drop for most black decks. Just really good card in my opinion. It just gets it out there quick and just perfect for the rush tactic. Same idea with the 2-drop Commandramon. Like I said, this is D-Brigade, so we're running all 16 Commandramon that we can.
Okay.
So after that, of course, we're running my personal favorite, which is the On Deletion Commandramon. Which, that one's just, it's such a reliable card. You end up swinging into something, whether it be security or something like that. If you need to get something out in the field, you can really quick swing into something big. And you don't have to really worry about it. Since you're running 16 Commandramon, you're bound to find one of them.
Yeah, of course.
Then you got the Bt-05 blocker Commandramon. And the regular 4-drop, 0-drop Commandramon, of course. Now, getting into the yellow cards, we're running the 2-drop Salamon from the starter deck.
Okay.
Kept it with that one, so that way, once again, keep into the rookie rush. Also makes it really easy for me to get something out there if somebody happens to give me 3 memory, or if I have like my Izzy or TK out. Really easy for me to get to that, and then straight into Turuiemon for a draw, and then a quick 6k. Got your Star. Pretty standard with Starmons. Everybody that runs it knows what it does. It's just really good for getting out of there. I like to keep those in the back of my hand like a little bomb. So I'll wait till I have a field pretty much filled up and then just drop it really quick to clear out whatever I need to. Right here we got your Falcomon. Just big boy 2-drop. Can't go wrong with that. And after that, we are running 4 Turuiemon. So Turuiemon are basically to go over either Salamon or Starmon for the evolution. Since of course those are going to be your weaker yellow cards. And then for evolution on the black, I went with 2 Tankmon. So ideally, I want to drop those on either the Haguru or the 2-drop Commandramon.
Okay.
Now this is something that I like. From the yellow-green rookie rush, and also it's just one of my favorite Digimon, Puppetmon. I run it at 3 because it's just really reliable. You can't go wrong with taking out, especially if somebody thinks that they won the game by throwing a Needhog down or a Valder arm or something like that, and they think they got you in the corner, and you can just hit that real quick and suspend their field. It buys you a turn, it gives you a memory on the next attack, and it gives them a body to focus on because they're not going to want to let you keep getting that memory.
Okay.
2 Blinding Ray. I only run that at 2 because I don't have anything to bring back security. So generally I'm just doing that in like the necessity type thing. If I just want to keep swarming the field, get it out bigger. Yeah,
which is understandable.
And then one of my favorite cards in this deck, which is honestly broken, Spiral Masquerade. It's such a broken card. The fact that you can split it out between everything and just clear as many mons as you need to on the field is just awesome.
Spiral Masquerade is just such a good card overall, just because you're playing a low curve. Spiral Masquerade is a low curve card that just likes 2 to 3 mons. You can just clear out most things with it. So, not a bad idea.
And then for Memory Tamers, and then also for Search, I run 2 Izzy.
Okay.
I don't at any point expect to get that 1 memory back with Izzy. If it happens, it happens. And I'm usually I'm surprised when it does happen. But I'm dropping that mainly so I can see what's coming next, because that's a big deal for me. I don't know what I'm going to be drawing into. And if I can evolve or Digivolve and get the next stuff after that, I want to set it up. And then I run TK for a couple of different reasons. So I only run 1 TK. The main reason is if I don't have any yellow mons in my hand or anything like that, and I have Spiral, it works. But also too, if they clear out most of my yellow mons from the field and I'm just stuck with most of them in my trash, I at least have TK in the back, so that way I can still use Spiral Masquerade or Blinding Ray when needed.
Okay. Very, very powerful deck by the looks of it. Surprised you're not running like the one card that everybody would love to run at this point. With the Commandramons, it's Darkdramon. Why aren't you running that?
So the thing that I don't like about Darkdramon is the setup, and the biggest thing about Darkdramon is that it's what I would consider a late game card, where you already have a good amount of your cards in the trash. The thing about this deck is that I generally finish within the first few turns that I don't have as many cards in my trash that's needed. So the setup isn't there.
Not a bad idea. I like this deck. It looks very well rounded. Anything you're going to try to fine tune, maybe remove some cards to add in some stuff. Seeing as you've gotten a couple weeks worth of testing with it, you know, gonna have to think about some tweaks, right?
Right. One of the things that I was thinking about was, and this one's just like a thought, is maybe changing out a few of the eggs for Pikmon. But the thing about that is I would end up having to change either the Haguru or something else, which would mainly I'd probably be the Haguru. If I was going to do that, I'd probably put in the Kudamon that when swinging lets you draw. So that way I at least get a draw, and I can use Pikmon's effect at the same time and take out another 1k.
Not a bad idea. Looks like a very promising list, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this deck profile. Sorry about the pulsing. It seems like his shadow likes to be the pulsar. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Keep an eye out on Roy. He might become another top champion. We never know. He's a future rising star. So guys, hopefully you stay tuned and check out more lists. Guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.